So let's head over to Shox and Demon, who are standing by with our special guest analyst for the day.
Thank you very much, Joe. I'm Eva Shox supporter along with Lee D-Man Smith, and we are joined by CLG Gaming's Dexter, who will be providing us with analysis throughout the games today. Thank you very much for joining us. We will talk about the games in just a second, but of course I want to touch on what we've heard about CLG Gaming just last night, breaking news that Nyen will be stepping down. What are your general thoughts about that?
I knew it like 5 minutes before I leave for a flight, and I was like, okay, is it really true that you leave the team? Because we actually wanted him to stay, and we didn't give him blame for any loss or something, and he didn't really deserve it from the community, which I think. And yeah, but he had like personal problems too, which I had no idea of. I was like, okay, maybe he's doing fine, but he didn't really talk to us about the whole Reddit thing, and it got out of hand really quickly. And then he realized, okay, it's better for you and better for me to just like 2 months off, and then maybe I can come back. But yeah, he needs a break, and he decided to step down. So.
And of course, talking about the matches, the TSM game, you guys started up, went 1-0. How did it go really overall? I mean, obviously you managed to finish 3rd place overall, but that was really the game that obviously you guys, the CLG TSM, it's the classic.
Yeah, going into the game, we knew that we were better. Like, flat out, we knew that we were better and we can beat them. First game went perfect. Like, we didn't do any mistakes. Communication was on point. We executed our picks really well. And we had really good coordination. And then, going to the second game, we had like a really big lead in early game with a late game composition. And then the hook on Link happened, and bot lane died too. And then after that, the communication went down. Like, we completely shut down. We didn't do anything, and it was pretty bad. Like, in terms of communication, we couldn't really execute our strategy properly anymore. And the communication just went down, and we tilted kind of. So yeah. And then game 3, it was like, everyone was super shocked, and we didn't expect to lose. Like, we were already like celebrating, and I was thinking, like, man, we 2-0 them, and yeah, but
overconfidence.
Overconfidence, like. And then game 3 was, we lost it in champion selection because we hadn't talked about the game at all. We came out of game 2 and were like, okay, what are we doing? Like, no one had a clue. No one wanted to talk, and yeah, we had no one there that actually talks to us, like mental speech or something. And yeah, we just went into the game and tried to win, and we just lost it in champion selection.
But lesson learned, and 3rd place overall, still a very, very good result for you guys over there in North America. Let's turn our attention to here, of course, today, Millennium versus Ninjas in Pajamas for that LCS spot. Millennium, a team you know very well as you played against them in the summer split last year. Why do you think it is that we haven't seen that very good team that we've seen, especially in the beginning of the summer split last year?
I'm not sure what happened in the team, because they obviously lost their top lane, and Kerb had to switch to mid lane, but I don't think it was a big issue at all. It's more like that I think it was an internal problem in the team in terms of communication, simply because you could see that they're not very the communication in the team isn't there, and they don't really have like a good strategy. They just go into the game hoping they can win through lanes, and yeah, they never learned how to place a team pretty much. And maybe there was like internal problems with like people disliking each other or something, you never know, but I think that might be a problem in the team, yeah.
And obviously turning attention to Ninjas in Pajamas, 3 players that you used to be with on the Lemon Dogs in the Season 3 World Finals. How do you rate these guys? I mean, have they got enough to get into the LCS? And really, more importantly, coming into Game 1, what is the important factor?
Well, I played with them, and I can tell for sure that Zoro Zero and Nuke Duck are probably like the best lanes in Europe right now. I mean, they're really good, and they have the individual talent and everything. But it's all up to them how they perform on LAN, because I saw in the past that they haven't performed really good on LAN, and they choked, and Game 1 will indicate how good they prepared, and I think both teams prepared pretty well from what I could tell and talk to them. So the priorities should be right in terms of picks and everything, but yeah, it's a mental game pretty much. Like, if they're prepared, then they have a really good chance of getting in, but it can also go completely in the other favor of Millennium, and I think Game 1 will decide the series, actually.
So Game 1 will be incredibly important, but I'm still going to ask you for your predictions for the series. Who will make it in the LCS, according to you, Dexter? Millennium or the Ninjas in Pajamas?
I will go with NIP, actually. I think NIP has what it takes to bring down Millennium, yeah.
All right, D-Man?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Ninjas in Pajamas as well. I've heard very good things about Millennium, how they've been practicing. I've heard they've really improved. But Ninjas in Pajamas, you can't look past them. They are a fantastic team of players.
Absolutely are. Well, we need to take a brief break, but stay tuned because we're just a few moments away from finding out if Millennium will head back to the LCS or if Ninjas in Pajamas will take their spot. We'll be right back.